The next type of division that we're going to use is synthetic division. Synthetic division is a little bit different and slightly simpler than long division just because it gets rid of all the variables. So you really don't have to pay attention to, what multiplies into what. It's a little bit more of a simple process. The only thing that's going to be different is when we are using long division, we subtract because we're using the factor. In synthetic division, we're actually going to add as we go through the problem because we're using the value of 0 instead. So we'll dive right in and take a quick look at how this actually works. So our first problem says divide by x plus 1. So again, the whole point is we're going to use the actual 0. So if we take what we're dividing by and set it equal to 0, we're actually going to use -1 as the number we're dividing by. And then from here, we're just using the coefficients. So we're just using 3, -4, 2, and -1. Again, we have all the place values. So we have 3, 2, 1, and then our constant. So we don't have to worry about holding any places. And we're just going to take those coefficients, 3, -4, 2, and -1. Leave yourself a space so you can add in your row here. And then the last piece is going to be our remainder. So as we go, you always drop down your first coefficient. That one just starts down at the bottom. Now we're going to take whatever we're dividing by, our divisor, and multiply it by the number at the bottom. So -1 times 3 is going to be -3. And then we need to add our column going down. So -4 and plus a -3 would give us a -7. Again, we'll multiply. -1 times -7 is a +7. And if we add 2 and 7, we get 9. -1 times 9 is -9. And -1 plus a -9 is -10. The last piece to figure out what our actual solution is by putting your variables back in. I usually start from the right-hand side, and the rightmost side is going to be your new constant number. So my new constant number will be 9. Then as we move left, we're just going to increase our variable by 1 degree. So technically 9 is x to the 0. If we go to the left, -7 is x to the first, and 3 would be x squared. So our final answer for our problem should be 3x squared minus 7x plus 9. And we're going to use our remainder, which is a -10. And we're going to put our divisor on the bottom. We're going to go back to the original factor here, which is x plus 1.